everybody, and welcome back to another one of those videos where I talk about updates on Dwarf Fortress coming from Toady1 and KitFox. This is an official post on V50.11's forums, and before I say anything else, I just want to say I'm working on the Future of the Fortress read-along. It came out in the middle of my stream week. I should have that up by Friday or Saturday, hopefully before then, because, yeah, I like to get that done quicker rather than less quick. So let's dive into this little patch notes update, and stick around because there's a neat little tidbit about what's coming up soon at the end. So this is mostly a bug fix, crash fix kind of patch thing. So let's dive into the features of version 50.11. Major bug fixes. They fixed a crash on Linux related to game log threading. Fixed a broken tutorial on click workshop step, which actually, ironically, I think kind of drastically increased the number of views I was getting on my tutorial videos because, anyway, could you break that again? Because it was nice getting the traffic. But, and then they stopped the tutorial prompt in Tiny Worlds where tutorial is invalid, and they cleaned up a source of squad schedule corruption, which I'd be really curious to know a little bit more about this one. Is it causing a memory issue? Is it a lag thing? What exactly is happening there? And then last, we have a made classic graphics setting work properly on restart, and hopefully it actually works on restart this time. Now, we do have some smaller fixes as well in the other bug fixes and tweaks section. They fixed a potential problem with doctors versus multiple hospitals. I ran into this a lot. If you had multiple hospitals and multiple doctors assigned to multiple hospitals, it could cause problems where a doctor would try and work at one and then they just cancel jobs. It was a mess. Ballista arrows, etc., that chop down trees now count towards the tree cap for diplomacy, and I would assume that would also count towards agitation as well, but that's just an assumption. Image sets with non-uniform types now properly display as having a variety of types, which... what? That's just a funny way to write that. And then generic improvements now properly display made a masterful improvement in histories, which is good, that the histories are working correctly, and allowed a single pair dances to generate properly, which actually explains why I haven't been seeing dances in the taverns for ages. Basically, dwarves can pair up and dance and do duo dances with just two. Then they do line dance with 4, 5, 6, 7 to 10, and big circle dances and stuff. But I hadn't seen them doing solo, single dances, which was duos in a really long time, it's nice to see that return, and I actually noticed some today while I was playing. And then lastly, they fixed a potential minor oddity involving animal placement, which, who knows? Now, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to also tack in a portion of the fun with numbers that I normally put into the Future of the Fortress videos, because Tarn talks a little bit about stuff, and I think it's worth noting. I will also be doing this as part of the Future of the Fortress video in a couple of days, but let's just read through this. Tarn says, yeah, it's fun to have things springing back to life again. Sitemaps, portraits, and the main interface layout. There are several menus, etc. to do, and we should be posting a roadmap soon to sort of remind everybody of what updating the entirety of Adventure Mode entails. And new patch shortly as well, which is the one that we were just reading, as well as for the Linux log crash, and new tutorial troubles, among other things. The game is down to 6,000 sales in September, which seems pretty normal since they didn't have any particular event going on for once, and it still represents the same sort of average background number of about 200 copies per day, which is a good number for Dwarf Fortress. Now, the last thing I want to dive into, which is essentially what Tarn just hinted at, is Alexandra writes, hey Jurists, we have a quick patch update today with fixes for Linux mode, the tutorial, and more. And we will be posting a big update this week with a new roadmap for Adventure Mode and updated FAQ. So, stay tuned for that. So now, I have to ask, what do you think is going to be the estimated release date? Or is there going to be an estimated release date for Adventure Mode? I was asking around today and people were saying everything from December this year all the way up to dates in 2025. So when do you think Adventure Mode is going to be released? And I guess also stay tuned for another news video in a couple of days, sometime this week, maybe early next week, with the actual roadmap itself. I look forward to seeing it. And as always, if you would like to support this channel, you can do that via my Patreon or by jumping over to my Twitch streams and saying hello over at twitch.tv/BLINDIRL. Also, keep in mind if you're looking for the VODs, because I do have a VODs channel now, the VODs from my streams get cut down a little bit and put up on as highlight videos on this channel, but also uploaded in full on the Blind Extras channel. Link down in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you in the next one.